Goodbye East Paly.
In early 2008, Theranos relocated to a new building in Palo Alto, marking its ascent to the elite echelons of Silicon Valley. This move was significant as it also signaled the company's transition to a prestigious neighborhood.
The move was orchestrated by Matt Bissell, Theranos' head of IT and security. Despite extensive preparations, last-minute complications arose, and Elizabeth insisted on an immediate move to avoid paying extra rent in February. Matt convinced her that they would still need weeks for state-mandated walkthroughs due to Theranos' biotech nature. However, the move happened as initially planned, but the stressful incident was the tipping point for Matt. Matt admired Elizabeth's intelligence and leadership but grew tired of the constant chaos and unpredictability at Theranos. His role had also evolved to assist in employee terminations, often involving building dossiers on departing employees for leverage. Matt's departure was met with the same cold treatment from Elizabeth that other departing employees had faced. Ultimately, he retained his stock options and began his own venture, with a colleague, Ed Ruiz, later joining him. After layoffs, Theranos moved to a spacious Palo Alto office. Elizabeth arranged the workspace to leave a significant empty area, occasionally used for indoor soccer.
Aaron and Mike conducted informal research with Edison prototypes. The study revealed challenges in pricking fingers and transferring blood to the cartridge. Blood was spilled, emphasizing the underestimated complexity. Aaron grew disillusioned with Theranos and sought to switch from engineering to sales. After a disappointing response from Elizabeth regarding a trip to Switzerland, Aaron began contemplating leaving. In frustration, Aaron created a humorous fake Craigslist ad, promoting mostly functional Edisons for sale. Elizabeth thought it was real, causing panic. She reprimanded him, denying his transfer to sales and putting him in her bad books.
Todd Surde, the new head of sales and marketing, became concerned about inflated revenue projections and a lack of product validation data.
Michael Esquivel, the general counsel, had his own suspicions and joined forces with Todd to approach a board member.
Lucas, the board chairman, took action, leading to a plan to replace Elizabeth as CEO. Elizabeth convinced the board to change their decision, acknowledging management issues and vowing to improve.
Todd and Michael were fired, disappointing their colleagues and leading to a culture of dishonesty.
Justin left Theranos due to cultural problems and the habit of dishonesty.
Aaron and Mike left due to concerns about the unfinished product and the lack of transparency from senior management.
Theranos hoped for more stable times after the departure of the Apple contingent, but their hopes were short-lived. The childhood neighbor. The Holmes and Fewish families had a long-standing friendship, but the husbands had a less amicable relationship due to differences in their financial circumstances.
Despite this, the two women continued to stay in touch, and when Elizabeth's entrepreneurial pursuits came up, it triggered an unexpected response from Richard Fewish. Fewish was offended that the Holmes family hadn't sought his advice or collaboration, and this led to consequences that impacted the future of Theranos. Fewish's unrelenting pursuit of revenge is evidenced by his protracted feud with Baxter International CEO, Vernon Laux.
This vendetta reached its climax when Baxter was found guilty of violating U.S. anti-boycott laws and forced to pay significant fines.
Fewish had a history of patenting inventions that he foresaw other companies wanting. He saw potential in Elizabeth's vision but identified a possible weakness: the absence of an alert mechanism to notify doctors when test results were abnormal.
Sunny. Chelsea Burkhead was a Stanford graduate who was burning out at her job at Doostang, a career website for finance professionals. Elizabeth offered her a job at Theranos.
Chelsea was excited to work for a company that aimed to save lives with its technology. However, she quickly discovered that her boss, Sunny Balwani, was a force of nature with an aggressive management style. Chelsea took an immediate dislike to him, but Elizabeth seemed to have the utmost confidence in him. Despite her concerns, Chelsea continued to work for Theranos and became increasingly worried about the company's practices. Sunny was a successful software engineer who had worked for Lotus and Microsoft before becoming the president and CTO of CommerceBid.com. He later provided advice to Elizabeth after the acquisition of the startup. Sunny's legal history showed a tax issue with the IRS, which he resolved by paying back taxes and suing the accounting firm involved. Despite this, he was proud of his wealth and displayed it through flashy cars and clothing.
Sunny was expected to contribute his software expertise to Theranos, although some employees questioned his exaggerated claims. He could be elusive during meetings, particularly when Don Lucas visited the office.
Elizabeth provided conflicting information about their relationship to the board, initially claiming it was over and strictly business. However, the true nature of their relationship would later be revealed.
Chelsea went to Belgium to help Centocor assess how patients were responding to an asthma drug by measuring a biomarker in their blood. However, she found that the Theranos devices were very buggy and unreliable. The report on the Tennessee validation study, which had been sent to Pfizer, revealed that there were many problems with the Theranos system, such as mechanical failures, wireless transmission errors, and temperature issues.
Chelsea went to Mexico with Sunny to test for the swine flu virus using the Edison readers. However, the readers frequently malfunctioned and the results were unreliable. Chelsea knew that the tests were unreliable and that Elizabeth and Sunny were not trustworthy. She decided to quit and told Elizabeth that she was moving to Los Angeles full-time. Elizabeth and Sunny didn't want her to stay on for a transition period and asked her not to say anything to her team on her way out. Chelsea was relieved to leave, but she also felt bad that she couldn't say goodbye to her team and tell them why she was leaving.